Hi guys, my name is Husaini Abdul Karim. Many call me Huck, H-A-K. Huck, but not the incredible Huck. I'm here to talk about my proposed business that I've been thinking of for many years, and I'm looking for support to get my business started. I've been tinkering with electronics since I was 15 and playing the guitar. Besides playing football, playing the guitar and playing football were hobbies, and attending technical school I had some formal training on electronics. Also physics taught me about the science of amplifiers, science of sound. Having an uncle who was a specialist, still is, on radios and signal equipment helped. And he was also an expert in designing harnesses, designing and making harnesses for cars. In the early years, we looked at Fenders and Gibsons at shops and at friends' places who owned them, who had a band, and we studied their circuitry. We then draw together, uncle and I, drawn some circuits initially based on Fenders and Marshalls, and later we have our own circuits. We started building them in as early as 1965, and I was then just a small kid looking at how he made those amplifiers, and they actually came out well. They produced sounds, but of course they didn't look as good as Fenders and Marshalls. Eventually we had another uncle who was a carpenter, and he came out with nice looking cases for the heads and speakers. So we built complete sets of heads and speaker cabinets for our 100-watt amplifiers and used them at home. I also had cousins and other friends who were much older than me, who played guitars, and some were musicians, and they formed a band. And not being able to afford those guitars, we built those guitars ourselves, electric guitars and bass guitars. And the only item, the only instrument that we actually bought, because we could make them, were the drum sets. And there we had a good 5-piece band. The fifth one is a trumpeter. I was also a trumpeter when I was a kid, and a friend of mine joined in who was also a trumpeter. Off and on we provide some brass sounds to the band. It's unfortunate that I do not have photos taken those years to show you all. Eventually, after that, off and on, words went round that we could build amplifiers, so we received some orders and we built them for friends, built for friends' amplifiers. Of course, we did that during our free time, as most of us by then were already working, and I myself was in high school. So during holidays and weekends only I had the time to help. Fast forward to last 5 years, I decided that those hobbies that we have been on for many years should be turned into a business. And based on the feedbacks I read in the world's most popular guitar magazines, such as Guitar Player from the US and Guitarist UK, there are many home guitarists who likes to have bespoke type or custom type tube amplifiers that their stars use, those made by designers and also the big amplifier builders who call them custom amplifiers, and many of them couldn't get their hands on them because of their steep prices. So we just decided to build amplifiers to that standards, the bespoke, the designer, the boutique standards, and find out ways on how we can sell them at prices lower than what they have to pay for to get those established brands. And most of those established brands cost in the region of 2,000 US and above. So we tinkered, played around, drew out a few circuit diagrams, and also built some clones. And after quite a couple of years doing those things part-time, we managed to come out with something that sounds as good as those bespoke amplifiers, boutique amplifiers, using almost the same components, and many of the components we use are sourced from the same suppliers that supply to Fender and Marshall. And we built initially clones of Marshalls and Fenders, and one or two others which were modified that we call our own. And looking at the cost, we managed to come out with some models, 100 watt models, that can be sold for as low as $1,400 US each head. And we thought, alright, there must be a big market for this. We are targeting the home players, those people who normally play alone at home, accompanied by backing tracks, and they want the sounds that their stars produce. So here we are, we make amplifiers just for them. Principally, the key to purest guitar tone is the root of least resistance, taking the most direct path from guitar to the speaker. And this idea has stood the test of time since the birth of rock and roll. But the needs of a modern musician mean that this is not always an option. So we have to build an amplifier that provides the least resistance so that they can get the purest sound. Whatever your style, whatever your ability, plug into any of our amplifiers and you will notice the intuitive, uncluttered design. There's nothing fancy about our amplifiers because what we are more concerned with is the tone, sound. We know our customers, whether they are in America or in Europe, would look for that distinctive American sound or that distinctive British sound. So we use valves such as the ECs, the ELs, the ATs, the AXs, KT series, and we have speaker cabinets of the 4x2, 4x12 or the 10x12 configuration that they can match with the amplifiers we make to get the sound. Now we use warehouse brand speakers. However, to be fair to customers who are far away in the US and Europe, for example, we would recommend that they buy amplifiers, they buy speaker cabinets that are designed and built near where they are, because due to their weight and size, it can be quite expensive to ship them to where you are from here. You are in Malaysia. We have come on a very long way to discover some tricks and tips about how to come out with that distinctive sound, distinctive tube sound guitarists are looking for, and we have applied our expertise in our designs. Even those clones that we make may have some differences in the sounds and the tone, but they are quite close. Well, we have gone through, as I said, many years of trial and errors, blood, sweat and tears to come up with the models that our customers want. And if you have seen the earlier presentation which we showcase some models, you will see what I mean. And we now can build custom amplifiers to order within a 6-week period, i.e. from the day you order and pay, we get it delivered to you wherever you are within 6 weeks. Besides amplifiers, which is normal for most amplifier makers, we also design and make guitar effects pedals, and at the meantime we have 15 different models for you to choose from. However, all these effects pedals are built by our American contractor. We believe they can produce better pedals based on their workmanship and quality and their experience. And also, since most of our customers are located in the US, it will be cheaper to ship from the US. The other thing we make are guitar parts such as pickguards and some other metal parts to replace the original parts found in Fender Strats, Fender Telecaster and Gibsons, and we make them using sterling silver, 99.999% sterling silver, and 14 karat gold. That's the highest gold standard we can use, because anything higher than that will be too soft for us to use to turn them into pickguards. And I believe no companies in this world make gold pickguards. We are the first. So that's the range of our amplifiers. We have, for those who want to pay less than 1,600, there are the 20 watt models, valve types too, tube types for those Americans, as we only build tube amplifiers. The 20 watt models starts from $650 and this goes on to 30 watts, and you have 50 watts, 75 watts and 100 watts. So even some special orders that you want to make from us would not cost more than $2,000 US. So please support us. We want to start our business as soon as possible, and we are ready. Thank you very much. Have a good day.